Tina here, the Critical Virgo. It's quite late where I am. It's 9:52. Had a long day, but I just wanted to get this out to you as promised. We're going to talk about Myths Man. But before we get into that, a little update on time. We are at 3,938 hours within the last 365 days. I don't know if I'm going to make the cutoff. I'll probably be a little short, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow. But as promised, we have Amouage Myths Man. I missed this when I was on my little Amouage kick because it wasn't on a card. It was actually just slipped into another Ziploc. I gave this one a few days worth of wear, and this one really caught me by surprise. As I said, it's very interesting. But before I go into it, I'll tell you the notes. Chrysanthemum, orris, rum, rose, vetiver, elemi, labdanum, ashes, and leather. The first time I wore this one, I wanted to let my imagination run wild, so I didn't check out the notes, and immediately this one just grabbed me and it hit me on a very emotional, deep level, and I'll tell you why. This was inspired by the Chinese Zodiac and the dragon. And one of the things that really stood out to me that I could pick out the first time I wore it was chrysanthemum, because I grew up drinking chrysanthemum tea, and you can buy them in the Chinese market or any Asian market actually, and they're obviously dried flowers, and you just put them in some hot water and you just enjoy. The smell is so comforting, and it's just something that I grew up knowing, loving. It's one of my favorite things to drink. And when I first smelled this fragrance, I could just pick that out. It's so strong in the opening and you can't miss it. And I think that's one of the things that you either really like or you don't like. I watched a few reviews and I read a lot of reviews last night, and I don't really get the whole toilet cake thing. I was searching for something that could be a kind of toilet cakey, and I just couldn't pick it out. But the chrysanthemum is definitely very, very present in the opening. The chrysanthemum is very present and dominant in that first hour, and then it kind of just fades away into the back and blends in with that rose. And then you start to get like that ash and leather. The leather is not very dominant in this, not on me. And I don't mind that. I love a good leather fragrance, but I really like the ash and how it's done in this. It's a very earthy, balanced fragrance, and it has a lot of that classic Amouage DNA with the incense. But this one, it's not too heavy on the incense. I feel like, and again, I might be a little bit biased to this because of the association that I make with it. I just feel like this is so beautifully blended, and I'm gonna go ahead again and say that I really like the men's line so much better than the women's line on this. It is insane. I will definitely be picking up a bottle of this. I noticed that this is one of those fragrances that people either really love or hate, and I have a very strong feeling that it has to do mainly with this flower, the chrysanthemum, because it's not something that a lot of people have been exposed to a lot, and it might catch you off guard. Not that it's a very pungent, repulsive odor, but it is different. And I think that if you can get past the first hour and get to the dry down and really appreciate it, the next time you try it out, you probably won't be caught so off guard with that opening, and you might appreciate it a little bit more. Projection and longevity on this one are insane, as we all have come to love and know. I really don't even have to say that at this point, but like I said before, I think I'm a little bit biased to this one, but I really enjoyed my time with this one, and I gave it a lot of wear time before I even wanted to speak about it, because it really spoke to me. And I can't wait to share the sample with whoever wins it. I hope they enjoy it and love it just as much as I do. And if they don't, I hope they pass it on so it can find someone that might love it just as much as I do. I will be putting a card, even though we are very close to the cutoff, and I probably won't get this video up until about 11 or 12. But I'll let you guys know what happens tomorrow, where we stand. But either way, I will be picking 2 winners, like I said, at the 4,000 hour mark. So it's in your hands now. Put comments everywhere. Again, thanks for watching. Bye, guys.